How y'all doing? People are not as good as they think they are, you think they are, so on and so forth. And it's not something I like talking about that much because I tend to just project the best intentions on other people. I tend to do that, and I've talked about it before and stuff, and I'd rather that than the alternative. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people out there are not as good as you think they are, they think they are and stuff. And that's why I talk about patterns. Watch someone's life and watch the patterns. Especially watch the people they help. Watch what they say about people. Watch how they talk about people that serve no purpose to them other than servitude. How they talk about waiters, waitresses, the people at Walmart, the checkers and, cart return people and janitors and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying anything's wrong with any of those jobs, and anyone that's in those positions knows if I've ran into you, I've treated you like you're a billionaire CEO. I treat everyone the same. I don't really care what your status or hierarchy or whatever is, and that's part of my neurodivergence, is we really don't care about that kind of stuff. We really judge people based on, are they actually decent and good people? And like I said, patterns. Watch those patterns. You can see, especially after a length of time, if you're watching someone, if someone says this person's this, and this, and then you're paying attention to them, on social media, when they're out and about and stuff, the things that they post and say and share and all that kind of stuff, you can start to see, what, this person actually does really care about people and stuff. They may be a little bit gruff about it, they may be a little blunt about it and stuff, but you can tell. And then you can also tell people that, hey, this person shares all the right things, Bible verses, all kinds of stuff, but you know what, they really treat people like crap, and they really look down upon people. They look down upon a lot of people, especially people that don't necessarily fit their same demographic and stuff. There's many different ways to see it and stuff, but the fact of the matter is, when it comes to us individually, is we really need to judge ourselves properly. As a neurodivergent, as an INFJ, I have very high standards, and I hold myself to the highest standards. So a lot of times when I talk about that I was bad or I was awful or I did awful things in the past and stuff, they're not at the level of what most people do. They're really not. It's just that my standards are so high that whenever I make a misstep, when I misspeak, stuff like that, I hold that against myself. I've gotten a lot better at that because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect and stuff like that. But I want to portray who I actually am, and who I actually am is a good person. And maybe you'll say, well, if you're a good person, you don't have to say that. Well, my life, 53 years. Look at it. So anyways, have an awesome Wednesday. You're an awesome, amazing human being, and I love you so much. Peace out and bye.